Everyone, welcome to my next video. This one actually I'm going to be doing an entire review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 1. I'm going to go into some things I liked about it, some things I really didn't like about it, and I'll be going over kind of a brief synopsis of what happened in certain episodes. And even kind of tell you where I hope things do kind of go. Yes, I did a predictions video of what I think will happen in Season 2, but this is just more of a generic what I would like to see as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the pilot episode. When it came out, it was actually really interesting. I like the fact that it started up with a kind of a danger right in one of the characters' faces right then and there. You know, waking up Nick, he's in this abandoned church where he definitely was doing drugs and in kind of that bad sort of neighborhood. And he's trying to find, I guess you say, the girl that he shot up with, named Gloria. And as he's walking through this place, he sees that there's a couple of dead bodies. One of them had his neck kind of ripped out, and it was definitely chewed on a bit. But as he continues kind of going on, he kind of finds out that he sees his girlfriend. I'm going to call her his girlfriend at that point in time. Gloria, and he's trying to get her attention, and he realizes that she's eating another person's face, they're kind of right over in this area, and he kind of falls down, and he gets the hell out of there. And from there it just kind of opens it up that the zombie apocalypse is kind of starting to happen. Now, while it was kind of slow and everything kind of going on, you really didn't get to see a whole lot of more zombies until episode 3, and even that was really kind of brief. Now, I mean, they did have, singular little zombies here and there. You did get to see that the principal become a zombie, and that Madison and Tobias had to kind of fight him off. Even though Tobias did try, he nearly became food himself. But you get to kind of understand how these characters are. And at the very beginning, up until episode 6, it was a family drama type of thing, where you're trying to figure out about the family, you're trying to get to know them, you're trying to understand them, where they, kind of where they come from, where they're going, and the reason why they act that they do. Coming to find out, about Alicia, she's supposed to be going to Harvard, I believe it is, and her boyfriend is going to be going to an art school that's supposed to be nearby her. How she's, really smart, and, you get to find out, Nick truly is a drug addict, that he's been through this rope time and time again, going to rehabs and then getting out of it, and now the situation has kind of changed because he's 18, so his mom Madison really can't, force upon him, what she wants him to do, go to rehab and try to get clean again. With Travis, he's got two different families. He's got his original family, who he divorced from his wife Liza, and now he's with Madison and just recently moved in, and kind of showing that he can be a handyman by him working with the plumbing. It kind of shows that he is somewhat handy in a certain way. Kind of find about, really don't find out a whole lot about Madison, except for the fact that she has a family. She either lost her husband. You find that out later on in episode 3, and the dog, when all of them are sitting down. Madison, Alicia, and Nick are sitting down, stating that they're waiting. It kind of reminds them of when they're waiting to hear about what happened to their dad and her husband, and how kind of a similarity it is. And at the very beginning, the first 3 episodes I really kind of like, because you get to understand the characters. You get to see that the zombie threat is actually a threat that does come to their house, because one of the neighbors does turn, and after attacking a person across the way who is having a party for their girl at night, he comes over and hears a dog, and he gets in the house and he starts basically nomming on the dog, and they have to go to another neighbor's house to try to get a shotgun, and that's when most of the characters, this is when most of the characters start coming together, and they start, and they start having to kind of talk and kind of work together in a way, and they're about to leave, and when they're leaving, the person that they find out that was behind him, Susan, who turned into a zombie, they're saying, her husband is coming home. It isn't until a lot later on that you find out that she committed suicide, and she couldn't bear anything anymore. Bear to live anymore. I didn't really get to read that note a whole lot, other than the fact that she did commit suicide, and that's why she was dead. Episode 4, I do have to kind of say, was really kind of slow, but it had its certain moments with it. Like I said, it definitely had its own certain moments in it. Now, episode 5 I found a little bit more interesting. It's when you get to see, Travis gets to go out with the military, and he's trying to go get to his ex-wife Liza, try to get her to come home, and instead they kind of get waylaid. They have to go off to a library that's been overrun by zombies, and they have another attachment of military guys that really need the help. They get there, they have to retreat. Moyers, they state he's not going to be coming there, so they're just kind of leaving. And the one military guy says that he has a new mission. He's going to go home to his family. So this is when they're really starting to leave their post. They're really starting to kind of head out. And you get to see episode 5 as well at the very end. They're looting. They're leaving after they looted some houses, and there's when it comes into episode 6, when they're leaving, there's no guards at their post. They've completely gone and abandoned it. Episode 6 is the one definite episode that changed it from a family drama to a zombie horror genre. And in the Talking Dead after show, the producer was saying that how beforehand it was a family drama. You're trying to get to understand and kind of get to know these characters. And now, since the entire attack happened, it definitely has switched focus from that to what it is now, and how they're now going to try to survive this zombie apocalypse. And I like the fact of how they brought in Strand. Now, you don't really know the reason why he was in that medical area, but he also is one of those characters that he was trying to kind of weasel his way, buy his way into having not luxury, but a way of getting out if the case ever should arise. And the fact that he met up with Nick and saying that he has talents that Strand would need later on is definitely one of those things. And then their escape plan basically got botched because the person that was supposed to be taking him out of there was being eaten alive by a zombie. And they meet up with Nick's entire family and get out of there and head back to Strand's place. And he's talking about Abigail and how it's a ship and they're going to try to get there. He has supplies. He's basically ready for this. Now, I want to know the reason why, his second season and everything, why was he so prepared? Why did he know about it? What caused him to get prepared for this? Did he see signs? Certain things like that, because not really a whole lot of people are truly, that rich, are getting prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Why was he? So that's something I'm hoping that they actually do expand upon in the second season. I would actually like to see, instead of just episode 6, season 1, episode 6, ending at them being at Strand's place, I don't want to see them suddenly on the boat. How'd they get to the boat? Are there other people with them? Who did they find on the way there? Now, I do have his predictions video. I'm going to go ahead and post that below in the comments area on what I think will happen in season 2, but these are some things I would actually kind of find interesting and want to know. I also want to know more about Madison's past. They have kept her past relatively locked down, except for like the few little tidbits here and there. Why is she so prepared to make those hard choices? And they did say that they're going to be kind of opening that up and exploring that in future episodes and seasons when on the Talking Dead after show. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to, as well as kind of finding out a little bit more about the other characters. I want to see how Alicia acts after all of this, because her entire world, she had a set plan, and they said in the after show the people with the heart that are going to be be hardest affected are the ones that have a set plan. Alicia is definitely one of them. She was going to go to Harvard. She was going to do really well, and she was going to have this really nice life as what she was planning to do. But now that's completely overturned. Nick is going to be a little bit more resourceful in the fact that he's already been living this, so he knows certain things that he needs to look for. Now the game has changed considerably because it is a zombie apocalypse, but still living day to day, not certain where they're going to go or anything like that, as he discussed with his mom, that he's now feeling like everyone else is now catching up to him, which is kind of an interesting turning point on that aspect. So with that, please click like if you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and post comments below on what you did or did not like about the season, and what you would like to see going into Season 2 and throughout Season 2. So thank you for watching this video. I will be doing a Talking Dead Episode 1 predictions video, like the actual just normal Talking Dead original series. Predictions video for episode 1, and what I think what I think will happen, what I don't think will, what I think won't happen. That will be happening either later today or within the next 2 days. So with that, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.